Welcome back to part 2. Willen Dowd asks, Love is Just kidding. Love is like a second heart. You need it to keep you alive. Kuya Jago, would you eventually get dreadlocks? Probably not. Anonyame Curl, will you ever release a full version of Get Down On It? I love your cover. Thank you. I have no idea, but it would be really cool to release the full version with Cool in the Game. Mr. Matt 1995, your English is really good. Thank you so much. How long have you spoken it? I've been speaking English for 16 years. I started learning it on my 5th grade. I don't speak it every day, but I wish I could practice it a little bit more often. Joe Blogs, will you release a CD? Yes, I'm thinking about releasing a CD for my upcoming album. I actually would love to know everybody's opinion on this. Should I release a CD or maybe a vinyl version? Let me know in the comment section. David Thompson 4056. What would you like to achieve with your music in the next 12 months? Release my new album, reach, get a record deal, and do my first gig abroad. Wolf asks, if it wasn't for music, what other passion hobby would I have considered pursuing? Thanks so much for your question, Wolf. I was actually talking about this the other day with my best friend, and I told him that if this thing with music doesn't go as planned, and I'm getting scared because I've been trying for so long, but I guess it's normal to be thinking about this, even though I'm a strong believer that it's gonna work out for me. But if it doesn't, I told my best friend that I would love to try to become a snowboard teacher. Are you crazy? I know. I've always loved every sport that includes a board, and snowboard is my favorite. Stereo Potato. I'm a potato. What is your favorite pick? This one, because it has my logo on it. Michael Hood, you obviously have a love for music. What other hobbies, interests do you have? I love to hang out with my friends. I love to go to the beach. I love to listen to podcasts and watch TV shows and movies. I love to read books about self-development and body language. And I love to ride my cruiser. 3 Wade Vance Trees. Favorite guitar you own? This one. John Jones, how do you think or approach creating parts, either rhythm or lead to fit each song chord? Thank you for your question, John. I already talked a little bit about this on my video called Hello, but I'm gonna tell you real quick. I usually sing my idea first because if people can sing it, it will be easier for them to remember it, and then I work that idea on the guitar. Here's an example. Makar says, Hi. How long do you spend writing a cover solo before being proud of it? Your Get Down On It is my favorite. Awesome. I never know. It can take up to 1 hour to 3 hours. It really depends on the song. And it really depends on how much inspired I am. Veda asks, is there any chance to see you performing in your hometown? Lisbon is on our list. Veda is a Portuguese name. Are you Portuguese? The answer is yes, there's a big chance for that to happen. I mean, I hope so. Gmaxter98. How do you focus on one idea when there's hundreds swirling around in your head all at once? That's actually a very interesting question. Recently, I started to write down my ideas in a priority order. This has been helping me not only focusing on one idea at a time, but also has been helping me being more productive because I get motivated to do a little check on my ideas. This is a great technique to get things done. DC York Art, have you ever gotten fan art? Because I'm heavily considering doing some. Not that I can remember, but if you feel like doing it, I'd be honored. Thank you. Baha O'Brader asks, what guitars have you in your collection? Aaron117. What makes a song good to you? Interesting question. I love a song that makes me feel something, and when the lyrics matches perfectly with the melody. And if I play a song using only my voice and only one instrument, and if I think that that song doesn't need anything else, that's when I know it's a good song. Andreas Leimer, what would you tell your future self in 5 years from now? Did we become a snowboard teacher? Are we still single? Just kidding. I would ask myself, are you okay? Are you happy? Are you still living in Portugal? How many goals did you reach so far? Is music your full-time job? No matter what, I am proud of you. Sophia Lim Guitar, advice for aspiring musicians. I still consider myself as an aspiring musician, but I'm gonna try to give you some advice. I think everybody needs to ask themselves 2 very important questions before they commit to something. The first question is, do I see myself doing this for the rest of my life? The second question is, how far and how much am I willing to go through for this dream? My first advice is to write down your short and long-term goals, because this will help you keep the focus and avoid any distraction that might send you off track. My second advice is to use social media to show your work, because nobody will know that you play or sing if you keep it to yourself. My third advice is to try to create and learn something every week. Don't overthink and practice. Another advice is tell yourself that it's okay not to be in the mood to do music, and it's okay to get frustrated. Last but not least, believe in yourself, dream big, and you can keep this quote in mind that says, you only fail if you stop trying. So these are the practices that I try to follow, but as a human being, I'm not perfect. I know sometimes it's hard, but it's okay. Spencer Jesse, do you style your hair or does it naturally look perfect always? Thank you, Spencer. I love the fact that you guys love my hair. That's awesome. I do style it a little bit. I just blow dry it like this. Do some twirls with my hair. And then let it stay for a couple minutes. And then do like this. Woo! And then apply a little bit of hairspray and do some last finishing touches. Voila! I can't believe I'm giving you a hairstyle tutorial. Don't miss out on my next video. I'm gonna be talking about my skincare routine. No, I'm not. Hampus Grand, do you train your voice? And if you do, how? I don't train it as much as I should. I've had vocal lessons. I'm thinking about start having them again. Usually I do some Brett Manning's exercises, and I do follow a few vocal coaches on social media for some tips. Ben Klein, is music and YouTube full-time? Or do you have a career outside of music? Love your videos. Thanks, Banklin. I've always been working on my family's company. This year I'm only working on my new album and on some other music related stuff. But if the album doesn't go as planned, I'm gonna have to go back to my old and boring job. Yay! Donovan Chase, what is it like performing on stage? Performing on stage is like going on an adventure. You never know what's gonna happen. Every time is different. It's always exciting. It's awesome and I love it. Stephen Murphy, 90. How many hours do you spend practicing? I don't practice as much as I used to because now I have to be focused on other things like producing, singing, creating content, writing songs, and obviously guitar. But when I was learning guitar and developing that skill, I used to practice many hours almost every day. I would even forget to eat sometimes. My mom used to knock on my door just to remind me to eat. I completely lose track of time. Teemo Double 879. Any tips for someone just starting out on the guitar? Sure. Learn songs you like, because you'll get more motivated and less likely to give up. Things will take time, you'll get frustrated, and when this happens, just practice the song a little bit every day, and trust me, you'll get it right. This still happens to me a lot, especially when I'm learning Polyphia songs. You can also try to practice songs by sections and then put it all together. Take advantage of the internet, there's so much content nowadays. When I was learning, there was almost nothing on YouTube, so I pretty much had to learn everything by ear. If you have the opportunity to have lessons, go for it and tell your teacher what your goals are. That's very important. Christian, some advice on getting better on guitar, speed, performance, and so on, and ear training. learn different styles, learn some from the guitar players you admire, because that will expand the way you see the guitar. Plus you'll get inspired and your technique will be improved. There's a lot of artists nowadays with tabs available on their websites. I myself have tabs available on my website. If you want to get better with speed, you can practice the song with different BPMs, starting from low to high obviously, or just find a fast song and challenge yourself to play it. I mean, I'm not an expert with speed because that's not my focus, but this is what I would do. If you want to get better on your training, you can just start learning songs by ear every week. You can start with easy ones and then slowly increase the level of difficulty. Plus, I bet there's a lot of ear training exercises on the internet, so just do some research. Last but not least, again, practice is key. Ozan, you checkers. Do you have any advice to gain a positive approach on life and pursue a creative career in that perspective? Beautiful question, Ozan. Thank you so much. You have no idea how happy your words made me right now, because I haven't been always like this. There was a past situation where I hit rock bottom. It was really hard to put myself back together again, but I did. And I'm so much better right now. I think my approach on life became more positive when I started to read a lot of self-development books, when I started to watch a lot of successful people videos talking about their journey. I started learning about the human being because I really wanted to understand why I felt that way in the past. All of this has been changing the way I see the world, has been giving me so much perspectives, has been shrinking problems that once I thought they were huge, and I think this positive approach is just naturally passing on to my art. I guess a lot of people are trying to reach something that's unreachable, and they spend so much time with their head down thinking about that one day they actually will. And when they come closer to the end, some realize that they're missing out all the journey. I'm so glad that I've started this self-development thing in my 20s, because I'm definitely gonna enjoy life so much more from now on. Don't waste time being bad to other people, because that won't bring you any good to your life. Just focus on yourself. Focus on the good people around you. Be grateful. Look around so you don't miss anything out. Ozan, you just figured out the concept for my new album, so it's gonna represent this new phase where I'm trying to be the best version of myself. And I was really happy with your words, because that means I'm doing a great job. Even though I'm not perfect and I might have some relapses, because, you know, life is full of ups and downs, my mission from now on is to become a better person. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this Q&A, and I hope I've helped you somehow with some of the answers. Thank you so much for watching. I loved all the questions. I'm so sorry if I didn't answer to your question, but I'll do another Q&A in the future because this was fun. If you're in the mood, you know, you can give this video a thumbs up. If not, it's fine. I'd love to know your feedback. If you want to leave a comment, just go ahead. I'm so grateful that this family continues to grow every day, and I can't wait to meet you in person one day. Thank you all so much. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Please.